What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Randy here with RTS Mobile Gaming, bringing you a fantastic video today. I am here with guest star Violet. She wants to sit there and poke buttons on my printer while I make this video. So, thank you for tuning in. I love you all a long time. Happy frickin' day to you. First things first, in this video today, we're going to be talking about kind of the assumptions and wants and wish list going into Season 3. We are really expecting a lot of amazing developments in Season 3. I'm super duper excited. I'm extremely pumped. I'm actually going to be splitting Leia and RTS Mobile off into different directions. That way I can fight against myself from two different factions and really test a lot of things that way. I'm really looking forward to that. So get excited for those videos next season. And I'm also going to do a very focused free-to-play, hit it hard on day one type guide where I do my best to get to max level as a free-to-play ASAP as quickly as possible, okay? So, stay tuned for that at the beginning of Season 3. Now, as far as the assumptions video against the backdrop of the carnage happening over here at the capital of Karn Doom, where we have all these Run players and Angmar players fighting to take back the capital from Run, we'll be talking about our guesses for Season 3. So, here we go. All right. First things first, factions are always a popular topic, and as we know, there are 4 different locations on the map that are pretty empty and could potentially house some factions, okay? We have this southern and northern Khand area, which is always typically pretty empty. Sometimes Mordor, if it's a full faction, they'll have some people spawning in northern Khand, but southern and northern Khand are typically empty. So that could be a potential faction. Who knows? I don't know what that faction would be. The Khandians. Who knows? Then we have down here at Near Harad's always been a question as far as what faction could potentially be down in Near Harad. Because Near Harad and Harandor are both completely empty at the beginning of every season. So is the South Ithilien. So the question is, what faction, could there be a faction in this area? And what faction is more native to the Mumakils than the Run faction, right? Because right now, in all of the Lord of the Rings movies, the Run faction are the ones with the Mumakils, and they come in hot and heavy in the battle scene in the 3rd movie there. So if Run's all the way up there, who's going to... Wow, good job. Okay, you hold it. Dad, I'm making a video, okay? Okay, you say hi. Say hi. Yeah. Dad, I make a video. Yeah, you find it. Good job. Okay. All right. So, who knows what's going to be down here? Could it be another evil man type faction? I can definitely see something maybe coming down here. And honestly, I'm expecting anywhere from 2 to 4 factions going into Season 3. There's been a lot of talk about new factions. I'm really excited about that. The other one that we've been talking about for a while is going to be... Up here, I've heard a lot of rumors about potentially some orcs or trolls or some kind of faction orc/troll or goblin faction. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but we all know that this Gundabad, Tar, and Arath, Upper Anduin, Lower Anduin, this whole area is pretty empty in the beginning of the seasons. I believe... this woodland realm ends up going to the elves, right? Lothlorien starts there. Lothlorien starts down in some of these other areas over here in Lorien. But there's not a whole lot between. This whole middle region's typically empty. So I wonder if we're going to see maybe a goblin faction would be pretty cool. Maybe some goblin units. That would be pretty dope. Or maybe some orcs or troll related things would be great. Okay? Would love to see that, all right? And I don't know, what else do we got? What other open areas? There's always some open areas over here between Isengard and Linden/Arnor, so we could potentially see another faction popping up over here in this area. Who knows? Okay, Rohan and Gondor have a few neutral tiles between them, right? Then maybe that'll spawn something. Maybe this Fangorn and Celebrant Fields will spawn something. I don't know. So there's all these areas, the Gladden Fields, that are super duper neutral where you can't even capture a city. All these places, I feel like, similar to Near Harad, the Dead Marshes, all these places, I think you could definitely fit another faction in. Maybe that's the intent. Maybe the faction and the cities they're going to add here will be capital cities for new factions. So there's at least 3 factions I could see happening. Something between Isengard, Rohan, and Gondor. something between, you know, Angmar and the elves, right? And then something down here between Gondor and Mordor. I could definitely see something happening down there. So at least 3 factions, maybe 4. We'll see how it plays out. In addition to that, I'm also expecting quite a few new commanders. I'm looking forward to hopefully some new things. They added a lot of evil commanders this season, which was nice because evil really needs a lot of help commander-wise. Good has, you know, whatever, 3 or 4 more tier 3 commanders and more tier 2 commanders than the evil factions. So I could definitely see some more factions being added. It would really be nice to see at least another 2 or 3 evil factions. I'm looking forward to that. But evil commanders on the same token, right? Not a whole lot of evil commanders compared to the good. So I would love to see a few more evil commanders. Honestly, they've added enough ring wraiths this season. I don't think they need to add any more right now. But I would love to see some more commanders. There's not really a tier 3 commander for orcs, right? I mean, there's commanders that you can use with orcs, but there's not really an orc-focused tier 3 commander. The strongest evil commander for orcs is going to be Gothmog at tier 2 and Gorbag at tier 1. So it'd be nice to see a strong orc commander coming in hot and heavy. The other thing that I've noticed is there isn't a whole lot of commanders that are strong with Arnor and Linden's tier 4 units. Both of those tier 4 need a little bit of help, especially Linden's that attacks at the volley where it skips turns. I would love to see some commanders that help those folks there. And then Dwarven Commanders. There's not a whole lot of Dwarven Commanders, and they're all very similar. They all have good damage output. They all have a lot of tankiness they give to their armies. I'd love to see, you know, something to maybe some ranged Dwarven Commanders, maybe a few new units or something like that to really put Dwarven units back on the map. I don't know why axe throwers... Huh? You want to come over here? Okay. Mwah. Okay, you sit con dada. You sit con dada. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. Yeah, so I could see a lot of things happening with that. It would be great to see some new Dwarven Commanders that are a little bit different from the existing ones. Like I said, they're all pretty similar. And they're all, I mean, they all hit like a truck. They're all pretty tanky, and their units are pretty tanky from the bonuses. So I would love to see something that's a little bit changed for that. Okay, as far as balancing the units, right, we saw some really, really great balancing, much needed balancing to the Alchemist units recently. That was really nice to see. It's reduced my overall damage output on the Witch King by whatever 20% for the max damage is like 17% reduced after all the bonuses and everything. I mean, it's nice to see that high cap reduced for the whales and see the average damage, the minimum damage range for the non-whale players brought up. It's been really, really nice to see. I would love to see some more... Okay. Okay, go back. Yeah. It would be nice to see some more troop balancing like that against some of the meta troops. And some of the tier 4 troops that need to be boosted, right? Because we've got... Hang on, Bubba. Dada's making a video. Yeah. Okay, wait for Dada. You wait. It would be nice to see... the Mordor Ravagers get a boost. It would be nice to see the Chariots get a little bit of a boost. Even with Kieran's new abilities, the Chariots still aren't crazy OP. It would be nice to see those guys get a boost. Violet, stop it, Dada. Dada's making a video. Don't move the chair. No. Okay. Okay, let's go. Don't move it. All right, sorry. You know how it is when you got kids. They just want everything in the world, and they want to make a lot of noise, so... It would be nice to see some balancing to those different units, like I said. Swan Knights are pretty strong. I don't see a lot of changes with those. Rohan's Marshals are one of the strongest units in the game. They don't really need a change. The Fallen are super strong. They don't need much. But it would be nice to see... It would be really, really nice to see a few more, you know, faction-specific tier troops. Like, you know, great, I can be... evil faction and use good troops, but maybe there should be like 1 or 2 evil units that are like global for all evil factions that only evil can use, you know? I feel like just having the 1 tier 4 per faction isn't enough. It leaves me wanting a little more, so it would be great to see stuff like that. And then as far as I said, like troop balancing for some of the lower level troops, the Alchemists, they were balanced. I feel like there's still a little bit strong. Maybe you can drop their damage by another 10%, right? Because what's their damage output now? I don't even know. Let's take a quick look. Their damage output nowadays, right, is still 4 to 14. I mean, honestly, maybe this goes up. Maybe this increases to be like the usual, 10 to 17 or something. And we just decrease this 300% burn damage out of 200%. Hey, wait. Don't do that. Wait for Dada. You waiting? Yeah, you wait for Dada, okay? We're going to go in 1 minute. I feel like this ability itself is slightly OP. I feel like this could be reduced to either 200% or 250%. Maybe their damage ranged increased a little bit. But I feel like this burn damage multiplier should be reduced by a little bit. That would be some good changes. I'd love to see, there's nobody that cares about Corsairs. No one wants to use Corsairs. The only commander that even mentions Corsairs anywhere is going to be Azure Core. So I would like to see the Corsairs be more useful. And for good units, there's a lot of balancing all around. I'd love to see some good troop balancing coming in hot and heavy, okay? So those are the wish list and kind of the expectations and assumptions and hopes and wishes and dreams going into Season 3 here. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm supposed to get an awesome, little bit of information that I can release to you guys on the day that Season 3 starts. So I'm looking forward to whatever that exclusive info is. Really, really excited to see that. But all in all, I love you all a long time. Stay tuned for more great videos. And again, apologize if I'm slightly violent. Don't touch that. No. Apologize if I'm slightly off schedule 1 or 2 days. I'm actually flying out to Texas tomorrow because we just put an offer in on a home over there. I got to go check it out and make sure it's looking good. So maybe a slight variance in my posting schedule for the next 2 or 3 days. Okay, so I love you all a long time. Randy out.